You are very welcome to this video. I need to apologize for the delay between the last video and this video. It's because I damaged my wrist. Now, if you're seeing this in the future, there is no delay. But if you've been waiting for one, I do apologize. Anyhow, my wrist is a lot better, so I can actually now do some leather work. I haven't actually been doing nothing, but I couldn't really do the leather work that I wanted to do. So I was doing some experimentation, and the first thing is I found that the leather, because this came from scrap bins, was actually quite difficult to work, and the reason is because it's dry. So this is how it would normally be out of the scrap bin, and it's actually quite difficult to cut and quite difficult to work. Now, because I need to use glue, I thought it's not a good idea to use oil or whatever on parts of this. So what I've done is I've wet it so you can actually see the difference in colour. And I found that once it's not wet, but damp, it's much easier to work, very much easier to work indeed. So that was number one. Number two is this item here, which is a rotary cutting blade. Now this thing I found has sort of revolutionized my cutting, and it's now much easier to actually cut anything, and I can actually cut a relatively straight line, which I couldn't do with the normal Stanley knife. Now, yes, there are some problems. I found that going around a corner with this is a bit difficult, but cutting straight lines is very easy. Oops, didn't quite get the edge of that. And so if you're having problems cutting straight lines, I would recommend one of these. It's very good. So that's one of the things that I found out. Better put the safety back on that. The second thing I found out is that sandpaper is your friend. Now, you can use an emery board like this one, or just ordinary sandpaper, sort of 400 grit. It seems to be fine, that type of level. Now, this emery board is really good because I'm not very good at cutting. I don't know if you can see that edge there, but it's not really very round. So by taking the sandpaper, I can actually round this off and make it look as if it's been professionally cut, which I think is fantastic. So using either sandpaper or an emery board is really good. Now, the problem with the emery board is it soon picks up a lot of leather and doesn't work. So just get a piece of tissue, paper towel from the kitchen, and give it a quick rub, and you're back in business again. So that's the next thing that I found. So wetting the leather, the cutting knife, and sandpaper is your friend. Okay, without further ado, let's get on. If you remember last time we had our three pieces, what I've done is I've actually put some marks on this where I want to put the sewing holes so that I can transfer the marks onto the back of here. And I've also stamped a little rose and so on there. Now, because this leather is quite thick, I'm going to need to skive this. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to do the skiving. Now, I've put this on here and I've measured it off, and I've got, if I can get it right, I've got 2 little marks to show me where I need to skive to on the back piece, and then the whole of the front piece will be skived. So what I will do today is try a bit of skiving. So first of all, we need our calipers, and we need to set these to, oh dear, about 1/4 of an inch, I'm told, is what you need. That will do. So set that to about 1/4 of an inch, and then just mark around your piece of leather there, and find the mark here. I'm starting just a bit below the mark, and mark around. Now I can't see my mark. Where's the mark? It's there. Oops. That didn't come out very well, did it? Okay. Right. The skiving knife. I shall just get my board. The other thing you might have noticed is that the camera is on the other side. I had to have a change round in the office because my printer broke. So I bought a new printer, and of course it's a different size to the old printer, and I can't put the camera in the right place. So this is the first time I've done any leather work for about 4 months, so I'm probably going to make a real mess of this, and but never mind, I can always do that later. As I say, I found that sandpaper is your friend, and even after you've skived, you can sand the area you skived and make it nice and neat. Not brilliant, but bearing in mind I haven't done any work for 4 months, I'm not going to complain too much. Just trim a little bit more from that edge there, and trim it off. So the blade is sharp, it's just my technique which is pretty horrendous, I think. So okay, so that's that skived. Okay, so we've sort of skived the edges. A bit more trimming needed, I think. Look, well, I think if I was working in a professional capacity, I think I'd have been fired by now, but never mind. It has actually reduced the size a little bit, Okay, so the next thing to do, we need to place this piece, which the bottom has already been skived, in the centre of this. So let's have a look. That's about right. Okay, so that's now there. I need to take a little bit of the coating off here. Not sure the best way to do it because I don't really have anything suitable, and it only needs to be about 1/8 of an inch or so. I'm just going to use the knife. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here and on there. I need to punch it still, but I've done that. Then once once I've actually done the edges, which is the next trick, and I will also need to do the edges here, I'm ready to glue up. So I'll say thank you very much for watching, and in the next one hopefully we'll do much more, but I just wanted to talk about some of the things I found while I've been convalescing, if you will. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.